Mitchie, do you want to start us off with what the topic is today? We got 38 people in already. Uh,
Yep.
Now it down to 37. I don't know if Mitch just scared somebody off or something happened.
I have a look at
Um,
this
Your
space.
wild
It could
hairdo.
scare a lot of people off.
you have a
Yes.
face for radio. No
I have
offense,
a face for
Lurchy.
that.
Hey,
I have a
He is
face
the
for
definitely
radio
got a
radio.
face
king.
for radio.
Oh, now we're back
Bridget.
up to 39, Mitch. So something happened.
And we got
See?
Bridget. Oh my
Because
God.
I called the
and
nursing
Bridget.
home and I had a couple people call up to the nursing home.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So today we are talking about modern marketing, social media, video, hyper local strategies, so all those types of things are things that we're talking about to thank you. We're talking about today to try to help you grow your business, and I'll let you be the moderator, but that's what we're talking about.
I love that.
Everybody got that?
Well, I want to start off with, Roberto Martino, otherwise known as Bobby Martins in Southern California. He does not speak Spanish, but he looks like he does. Bobby, let's start off with you. I know you're fresh off the slopes. I know you've been skiing. Your hair's all done from the speed of the wind of skiing, and I want you to kind of give us some insight on what you're doing with this topic right now. How are you generating leads, and what are you doing?
All right, sounds good. Well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being on the call today. We hope to be able to provide a lot of great content today. So let's dive in. So obviously there's so many platforms. That's really the hardest part right now is like, where do I spend my time and what kind of deals am I going to get from that time? And so now, the beautiful thing about social media marketing and YouTube and all the different platforms is you get to kind of pick what your clientele is. So for example, if you want to get luxury clients, you're not going to be doing $200,000 condos. You're going to be doing walkthrough videos on some of these luxury homes and going to broker caravans and doing that kind of stuff and getting yourself in that environment. So if hold on here, someone's about to walk in, so this is annoying. All right. Hey Jeff, how's it going? I'm already here. I'm on a Zoom call and it's my turn. You're all good. All right. So what I would suggest is when it comes to social media, don't try to spread yourself too thin all over every single platform. You already have been working in the different platforms. So if you like Facebook, then become an expert at Facebook and really grow your audience through that. Over the years, Facebook has probably made me over $1 million in incoming commissions from just my regular page, not my business page. So many people are scared to work their business or their family or their personal page, and oh, I don't want people to get annoyed by my business posts. Well, are you serious? Would you rather not be able to make your mortgage payment just because of your ego? Who cares what they think? Post it. Post it every single day. Every single day you should be posting something about real estate, something about you, something about your life, telling stories. People get to know you through Facebook, in my opinion, better than any of the other platforms. So for me, that's always been my bread and butter. Now, should you be trying to venture off into Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube? Yes. And I said those three specifically because I think those are the three important ones other than Facebook. So you got the big four, in my opinion. Now, it doesn't have to be about you. You don't have to be the star of the show. Like sometimes I do a video and I'm like, man, this is not perfect. I didn't get it perfect. So then I don't even post it, which is unbelievably stupid. So, for the perfectionists out there, think of something different. I'm going to give a shout out to Mike Stark. I don't know if he's on the call. He has a great Instagram following, over 50,000 people. And, it's just his name, Mike Stark. And it's the simplest concept. He just takes old videos of San Diego and he posts it. And he's got 54,000 freaking followers, dude. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. He's not even in it. He's not. So that's the kind of thing. Now, should he be branching that off and using more real estate? I don't think he does enough real estate content in that. And so that's the one thing. And so he should be getting on, now that he's got this following, he should be getting on camera more. So if you are watching, Mike, get on camera more. All right. So find a niche and then stick to that niche. Build the audience that you want, the clientele that you want. You have the right or the opportunity to build your own thing. What's wrong with your computer there, Jeff? I think it's about to bust. All right. So, and then the biggest important thing is don't try to do too much. A lot of times people, they want to do all the platforms and then they do them all really bad. So pick one or two, do it really, really well and work it every single day, work it into your day. So as you go to a listing appointment, you might be like, wow, what a beautiful day. Look at this view. Boom. Hey, I'm showing a house over here in Carlsbad today. Anybody looking for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath? Let me know. Or I'm going on a listing appointment, excuse me. So do that, tell stories, educate, don't sell. That's the biggest thing. If anybody, if you're listening, take that away, because today's people, and I'm a guilty as charged on this one. I'm a salesperson. I've been selling since I was like literally 8 years old. So I am always selling. And so for me, it's always been a little hard so now I'm trying to scale back and I'm like, okay, educate, 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 don't sell. I don't even care if they use me, the attitude. That's the attitude you want, the Jeremy Minor attitude, where you don't really care, like, hey, I don't know if I can help you. Well, what's your situation? Like these are the things you got to be doing. Last, but definitely not least, I should have started with this. If there's one thing that you should be really focused on right now, that's AI. There are so many different products out there that will edit your videos in seconds, that will post your videos, that will do all this automated stuff all over the place. So learning AI is kind of like learning a computer. Okay, we all had to learn computers back in the day. It was very difficult at first. Nobody knew how to do it, but AI is not that hard, especially if you use AI to learn AI. So you go on a ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to become an expert in video editing. Tell me the best and easiest software programs out there that can automatically edit my videos and push out content. And then you'll be surprised on how easy it is. They'll give you the step by step by step. Don't let the excuse of, I don't know how to do something anymore. If you're doing that, then you deserve to not be successful, because there is so much content out there to teach you in seconds how to do something. So it's really just laziness and a lack of motivation if you're sitting here saying, oh, I don't know how to do this, or just take the time to learn. It takes 5 minutes sometimes to just learn a new thing. And I don't know about you, but I'm really excited about all this new stuff. It's a little overwhelming. So just again, piece by piece, learn one new thing a week, one new thing a month, at whatever pace you want to go. But don't sit back. This is the time to get that evergreen marketing out there. That's the reason why you do this, is because it will always sit on your platforms. So if you just bust your ass 1 year, 2 years of just putting out content, you'll build out your channel, and then it's just sprinkling the content after that. So that's it. That's all I got for you.
Love it. Okay. And you guys remember, educate is the bait, right? When you're on social media, educate is your bait. That's how people will follow you and look at things. That's why, he was giving my boy Mike Stark a shout out, and he does a lot of before and afters. People like that. It's very intriguing. People love to look at that, so they follow it to get more information, be educated on where the market's going. Bobby's moving around like a bull in a cage here. It's unreal. Bobby, we got to just freeze you onto the thing. I want to move from Bobby over to the queen of commercial, my favorite, Bridget Young. Okay, and Bridget is killing it in commercial real estate. Bridget, what are you doing to master modern marketing right now? Social media, hyper local strategies, nationwide strategies to get people to reach out to you, follow you, connect with you when it comes to everything commercial.
Well, with commercial and residential, actually, actually with commercial, it's mostly all referral business. I have to admit, I'm not really marketing to it, but we could do actually a whole section on this on how to market to commercial. Like that would be a whole different thing. You do want to use social media when you're talking about commercial. I'll do a post today showing my 31,000 square foot medical building. So you do want to do that, but it's totally different than, farming and stuff. And so the points that I wanted to make today are kind of maybe old school. We know social media, right? The best thing with social media, and we all know this, but do we do it as being consistent, right? And if you're using Instagram, Insta goes to Facebook. So you should be able to tackle those two simultaneously. But the best advice I've ever gotten, and I could get a referral if anybody wants this. I have a girl, met through escrow, and she's really affordable, and she will videotape you and, schedule an hour or two with her and do your bite-sized chunk. Like that's the best way to market with social media. A lot of the times, like Bobby said, when you're on the go, absolutely pan that open house. If you're on Caravan, educate. But if you want to be consistent, it's really hard to be consistent in the day-to-day in our business, right? Because things come flooding in. So plan 1 or 2 hours, whether it's with someone or yourself, get a tripod and do little, 30-second reels on second subjects. Then you just have the content just ready to go. And that's how you become consistent. But one of the things that I'm doing right now, because I have not done a lot of marketing because I'm referral. My phone rings, so I haven't had to. So I'm super blessed, right? But how much more could I increase my business if I really tackled that? So I actually am doing it, and one of the things I'm doing now is doing text campaigns around all of my listings, right? So if I have a listing, I'm doing a text campaign with a little ad on my listing. Do you need help? Just listed, pending an escrow. Contact me if you want to buy. That's also provided with a call list. I don't have the time to do the call list, so I have a VA calling to see, are you interested? Do you know anyone interested in the house? And just touching base with the local community. So that's really not that new, but I have found it effective and gotten a couple leads. And then if it's in an HOA, I'm doubling down on my listings with, advertising in the newsletter, because every homeowner is getting that, updated newsletter. And so those are just things, we all know to be consistent in mailers in our farms, but those are just a couple things. The phone is key now, right? Everybody gets everything right through text messages. And so to be able to text homeowners directly with your success, your solds is key. So those are just a couple things that I've been implementing working with my title company or the HOAs, and it's been working really well. It just kind of makes you everywhere. Not only do you have, maybe a just listed or just sold, but oh, there they are again in this newsletter, or oh, now I'm getting a quick text. So those are just a couple things that I've implemented, which I do feel in today's day and age, they're not your big social media, hoorahs, but they are effective in small areas and farms, and especially where you already have success, you already have a listing or you already have a closing. And then there's just closed campaigns that go out as well. So just a little tweak that I'm doing now. And then commercial, but if you want to speak to commercial, Pete, then that's a whole different, round that we could definitely touch on.
No, I like that. And, commercial, residential, you guys, it works both ways. It's just to get out there and what are different marketing techniques to be seen, right? That's the big thing, is you want to be top of mind.
Want to be top of mind. And I'll give a shout out now to everybody here. Bobby and I are partnering on a deal. Diane and Matt, we partnered on deals. So we live in, referral is key with commercial. And how I got into commercial, one, I claimed it. I said, I'm going to do commercial, and lo and behold, that phone rang like very rapidly with my first listings. And that was like 15 years ago. But we all have very affluent clients in the most of the areas that we're in, and most of them already own commercial. and they already love and trust us, right? And so a lot of the times a residential agent, luxury agent will get a call, hey, I want to sell this commercial building, or I want to invest in a triple net. And a lot of the agents pass it on or say, oh, we don't really do commercial. My broker doesn't let me do commercial. And they put them in contact with a commercial agent, and then they lose that income. They not only lose being a full service agent to their client who knows and loves and trusts them, they're also losing that revenue. Maybe they can do referral, but then they're not learning either, so that they can actually add that to part of being a full service agent, right? I think that, I think that the right residential agent should be able to do commercial as well. Not everybody, because it is a different animal. But here's the thing: if you're on this call and a client calls you on commercial real estate and you don't know what to do, you are welcome to call me and I can walk you through stages. We can partner. I've partnered with a lot of people at EXP and even outside agents, because they want to be able to do it and not just hand it off. But what a great reason to call your clients when we talk about marketing. And I know we're doing more like social and video, but do you have any commercial investments? Do you want to invest in commercial? I've got a commercial partner. We'll get it done. We will absolutely get it done no matter what kind of business, but it's a great thing to reach out to your clients to look through their book of business and talk about where their investments are, right? So that's always the best way, is referral. But then other than that, when you're working on commercial, it's really in the trenches. Commercial agents, they dial for dollars. They have the list of every multi-owner family, every 7-Eleven owner, every AutoZone owner, and they are sitting there and they're hitting the numbers looking for people who want to primarily sell. So that's how commercial agents do it a lot. It's just like with residential, contact.
Excellent. Bridget, put your contact information in the chat, because Randy Jones has somebody, I think, for you, or has a question for you on commercial. Peg Ellefson is in commercial. She's in Colorado. So if anybody's looking for commercial in Colorado, Peg Ellefson's in there. All right, let's move on from Bridget. Thanks so much. I was going to go to Dave, but I don't see him. I don't know if he's on right now or not. So I'm going to move over to Matt Battiotti. He's not bragging. He's applying for a job. Matty, what are you doing modern marketing wise to get people engaged with you, whether it's social media, videos, other
I've started doing
strategies?
Well, I've definitely started doing some videos in the last 12 months, and I've made them educational. So I've done short YouTube videos on all the stuff that these are geared towards sellers, because that's mostly what I'm interested in, is generating seller leads. But it's all the things that we do when we sell a house that we all take for granted. So, how to negotiate multiple offers, what to counter out, how to, bid up the price on your home, just all sorts of random things that the more I started thinking about what we do and the things that I mentioned on a listing appointment, for example, I did one on how to negotiate multiple offers and good ways to negotiate multiple offers, and pitfalls to avoid when your agent is negotiating multiple offers. So just a lot of different kind of basic stuff, but all geared towards a potential home seller. And like I think Bobby said, more about education than about selling. So and then I've also started to post, just whenever, if I go out on Caravan, I certainly post my listings on Instagram and Facebook and so forth. But if I go out and see a really cool house listed by somebody else, I'll take out my phone and do a video there, and of course, attribute it to that agent. But my feeling is that sellers, especially in kind of more in the luxury sector of the market, they probably look at your Instagram before they look at your website, right? To see if you're somebody that's out selling, properties that are in the same price range as theirs. So I do think that's important. I even had a couple weeks ago, I had my videographer guy. I paid him a couple $100, and he went out and shot he went on caravan in Del Mar and Rancho Santa Fe on Tuesday, and he shot 3 properties. He even took out his drone and got some cool aerial shots. And um, so I think that's really important. I think for a lot of us, social media, especially those of us that are a little on the older side, social media is not exactly something that we're super comfortable with. I know that I'm not really comfortable with it, but but I do notice the more that I do it, the easier it is, and it's really not very, very difficult to do, to post things and put a little music and all that kind of stuff. But it is important, I think, to be consistent. But like I say, and like, when the fires happened in LA, I posted a short reel talking about what's going to happen with the insurance, and so just there's so many different topics you can post on, and I think it is important to make it educational as opposed to selling, because I think that's what people like. And I think Bobby makes a good point about making it personal also. And so I've just started taking my phone out in my backyard and just shooting a quick video, and throwing it up there. So
No, I think that's great because you stay top of mind, and if you do it in a very authentic manner, people connect with you, right? They
yeah,
know that you're
exactly.
human. They know that Matt's not a machine, even though he's a real estate and surfing machine, and it shows other sides of your personality. So I think that's great. Let's go over to the Rose on here. I call her, I think I'm going to mispronounce it, but it's like Le Vie de Rose. So I'm going to go to Catherine. She is the rose between all the thorns here, and she's been killing it in real estate. Catherine, what are you doing when it comes to modern marketing to really get yourself out there?
So I'm somebody who is absolutely not techie. I'm majorly ADHD, and it's just so much for me to even think I'm going to be posting or doing a lot of pushing my marketing out there. So I know there's many ADHD realtor out there, and which are not techie. And my strong suggestion is to find somebody that you can hire to help you with doing that. So in my case, what I do for my listing, I have an awesome photographer. For my luxury listing, I do videos with models. I pay them $250 per model. It's really not that expensive, and it makes it look so awesome, when you have models. So I do videos with models for my luxury listing, and then I've always Matterport, photo, drone, sunset, and reels. I'm doing more and more reels because people really don't look at long videos anymore, I feel. And then I have, of course, the person who helps me with my marketing, push that on different social media. So I'm doing the usual Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. And then another thing I do to push my listings, and then I link, my videos or the website that I do for each one of my listing, by doing mass texting to realtors. Yesterday, I got a recorded voicemail, basically pitching their new listing and then telling me, hey, check your text. So they also texted me. So I want to know more about that service, but I feel that's really awesome. And then posting on the real estate Facebook platform or any real estate platform, that's also very efficient. In terms of what I do on the social media side of it, it's a mix, which is basically my listings going to Caravan and showing beautiful luxury homes that I see, and people think it's my listing. It's so funny. Even if you actually say it's such and such, listing agent, they still think it's yours, which is kind of cool. And then I do a little bit of also my life when I travel, my kids. So I do really a mix. I definitely would like to get into also doing social media where I educate, which I'm not doing that. So hearing everybody mentioning that is just making me think I really need to get to do that. So I would say this is about it for me.
I love it. No, I think that's great stuff. And your new videos have been fire. They've been so good, right? And she's
I
having
love
a
it.
lot of success, you guys. So if you can dream it, you can do it, right? And if you believe
I'm
it,
gonna
you'll
follow
achieve
her
it.
right now.
Whoa, go ahead.
I'm gonna follow her right
Oh,
now.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Sorry to
Make
interrupt.
sure you follow her. Follow Bridget and follow Catherine. Okay, let's go over to Cam. He's got his sunscreen on. He's doing great. Cam, talk to me about what you're doing as far as modern marketing that's helping you in your business.
Yeah, good stuff, guys. Good morning. Social media, all of this is a completely new path for lead gen. I mean, it's something that agents never have done. We've done the direct mail, we've done cold call, stuff like that has been taught for forever, right? This is the new frontier. And with AI, with computers doing the things they're doing, it is allowing you to get in front of more people than ever, which is what prospecting is, right? The idea of prospecting is get in front of as many people as possible to find the ones that are looking to potentially be buying or selling. Now, I'm going to be kind of going against the grain here, right? But I've had a lot of personal experience doing this stuff. So I hope that you guys can try some of this stuff. Maybe if it even kind of goes against what you're thinking or what you're kind of talking about, which is totally okay. It's okay to have different thoughts and opinions. But what I want to talk about, and I'm going to be quick because I know we got some other guys on here, but every single post that you make, you need to have a goal for it. You need to have an intention on what you're trying to do with your social media. Okay. What does that mean? Are you trying to stay in front of your past clients? Are you trying to, remind your friends that you're a realtor? What is the idea behind posting that little video that you want to do? Mostly it's just to keep top of mind, to become the go-to realtor amongst your sphere, right? People aren't usually actively trying to find random public people to watch their videos. So that's totally good. That's a great avenue, and it's something that you can do to stay in front of your past clients, friends, sphere, all of that kind of stuff. Absolutely incredible. I suggest you do that. I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. This is actually going to be procuring new leads, procuring clients from social media. And to do that, you guys need volume. Volume is the key. Okay. You need to have, I'm not kidding here, hundreds of thousands of views on all of your different platforms. You need to be getting people to watch your stuff, right? It's worthless to post something, even if it's the greatest, it's the highest educating. You could be a genius and tell someone literally the key to the universe. But if two people watch it, it's worthless. So with social media, what I have found is, and need about 100,000 views to have a random person call you and say, hey, Cam, I saw your video on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, and I'm coming down in a few weeks and I'd love to see some homes and buy. Now, over the last 3 years, we've probably sold 30, maybe 40 homes just like that, where people just call you out of the random and they say, hey, I saw you, we're coming, we'd like to see it. Those are my goal when I'm doing social media posts, is I want to try to procure leads. My Facebook, I post so much that everyone knows I'm a realtor. I've kind of ascended past that just basic, trying to keep people updated. Now I'm trying to fish for people. I'm trying to go out there and find people that want to buy or sell. So real quick, and I'm going to be quick here. I know we got a lot of guys on today. How can you get 100,000 views to draw on that client? You got to entertain. This is entertainment. People are sitting on their phone addicted because they're bored. They're literally just sitting in their boring lives trying to have some excitement. So how can you get out to 100,000 people that are bored, that want excitement? Build something that they want to watch, you guys. Nobody wants to watch. Well, maybe some people do, but let's be honest. Do you want to personally watch a car salesman talk to you about how right now is a great time to get into that new Toyota? Well, hey, if you're buying a new Toyota, probably yes. But most of us, we don't. We don't. But if you show us the Toyota doing a freaking burnout, we're all going to be, whoa, look at this idiot. This is crazy, right? And he can get in front of 200,000 people with that silly video. And out of that, he will be able to find the 1 or 2 people that are actually looking to buy a Toyota. Does that make sense, everybody? Is you're trying to get mass views. You're trying to get mass eyeballs on this video so that the few people out there that are like the people that have bought from me, they're true business owners, man. They're sitting at their businesses in the middle of the day, like bored, even though they're running a successful multi-million-dollar business. And they just happen to come across that video, and it's, they're looking for Florida. And then, hey, I saw you on, and they'll kind of play it off like they don't want to tell you where they saw you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw you on there. But, and it's like, that's awesome. I'm so glad you found me. So you need to be creating entertainment. Now, you got 100,000 people to watch it. Bam, we killed it. We're viral. Whoa, look at us. But no one reached out to us. Well, yeah, duh. No one's going to reach out to you, prospect. You need to have a lead capture system, right? We use a digital business card that when they click on it, so obviously you get all those views. What's the next thing people do? They go to your profile. Then you have a link there that says, want more info? Click that link. Then it has a lead capture, okay? Having a lead capture is vital. There's no reason to get people to your profile or your page or to watch your content if they're just going to ghost or be a ghost out there, right? Anonymous. Once you can get that lead capture, you got a lead. Now let's follow up. Let's do the job. Couple technical things, and I'm going to, again, be real quick here. When you got your phone and you're doing your videos, it doesn't matter if you just do them like this or whatever. I lost my cloth. You need a lens cloth, okay? Wipe your lens, you guys. I know, we're all laughing, right? I do this myself. You forget to wipe your lens off every time you shoot, and if you have even one little fingerprint smudge, your whole camera looks terrible. It looks like it's coming from the 1980s. And you know, the lights and everything, they'll get this big bloom. It's terrible. Wipe your lens. Number 2, if you do want to start making content where you're walking around, you need to have a phone gimbal. What these do is they make it smooth, so they stabilize your phone. So when you walk around, you're not going like this. We've all been there, right? When you try to take that cool shot of the kids playing soccer and you're running after them and you look like this. This thing will make it perfectly smooth, like you're flying, like beautiful. Why does that matter? Because again, we're creating entertainment. Nobody wants to watch, you know, you running after Junior like this. No, man, they want it to look like you're you know, cool stuff. I love drones. You can buy one of these little drones for like $500, DJI. Again, it just catches people's eye. They're like, whoa, we're up in the air right now. What's going on? It's entertainment. You're creating entertainment. The last thing is that I like to use is these little microphones. This is, again, a DJI microphone. You plug them directly into your phone here. So like that, boom. This little microphone that goes on your chest. If you want to talk to your camera guys and you're 30 feet away or you're 10 feet away, what do you sound like? Where corny stuff, you guys. This is the stuff we got. It's $299, DJI mics. It's the only way to do it. It makes you look professional. It makes people want to watch it. It makes people so they can hear what you're trying to tell them or show them or share with them. Yeah, you have to have the right tools if you want to get people to get hundreds or 200, 300 millions of views. You got to have the stuff that people want to watch. I heard Bobby bring up AI. I love that. So we use captions now, captions.ai. It allows you to do an AI twin. So you record your video like this, and then you can give it a script, and it'll create a video with your face. It's incredible. So good stuff there. Opus Clips. I know, Craig, I'm sure you're going to touch on that. Incredible program that is. That makes it, AI video editing is like super simple. We're using 11 Labs for voiceovers. So if you do a video and you got really pretty background, you can use 11 Labs and talk over it. You don't have to do anything. What was it? Share group. Oh, big one, you guys. Okay. If you really want to have successful social media, create a group of, like a prospecting group, like a role play group. Get 5 or 6 agents in it that are posting every day. And every time you make your post in that group, hey guys, just made my post. Can you like it and comment on it? Okay. And just getting those 5 or 6 other agents that you're going to do the same for them to kind of, you know, do the volley off one another. You're going to see the accounts go bang, 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 and they'll just consistently grow, because the most important thing on social media when you make a post, and this works for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook Reels, the first 5 seconds of interaction. Do people like it? Do they click off it? Do they watch it? That is what drives the algorithm to send it out to hundreds of thousands of more people. So if you can get a few people, like I said, in a group, send out your new videos, have them like them, have them leave a cute little comment like, oh, what a cute house. That will drive your views crazy, you guys. That's the biggest tip I can give you. Yeah, it's a little bit corny, but you know what? That's what marketing is. You got to use your tools, your sphere of influence, the people around you. We help you. And then once the account is viral and you know, every time you post something, it goes out to people, then you don't got to do that anymore. But to get it going, use some help. So that's what I got. I'm going to post this here. This has, that just went to the host. This has all the things I just talked about with 11 Labs, captions.ai, Opus Clips, the gimbal, that has all that. So if you guys want that, you got it.
Love it. Good stuff. Really good stuff. I like all the tips on how to clean your lens, how to have better sound and volume and lighting and all that stuff. Let's go over to Lurchy, the ROG, the real estate opportunity guy out of Philly. The weather is breaking. He's a world champion. He's got radio shows. He's now a radio personality competing with Howard Stern. You know, he's just blown it up. Lurchy, what are you doing?
The reason I got to be
That's
on
modern
real estate
marketing
is I
that to
can't
really
be
get your
Catherine's
name
models.
out there.
The reason I got to be on real estate because I can't be one of Catherine's models.
Love it. Love it.
So,
You could
hey,
be
by
one
the
of the
way,
models, but in Philly
I
eating a
had-
cheesesteak.
There you go. Now, we talked about sauce and gravy. Let's go. And by the way, Angelo's on my radio show. Every week we do it. They're winning 4-1 to Pats. So guess what? You come to town, it's Angelo's, my favorite. All right. So real quick on what Cameron said. I had that gimbal thing. I couldn't make the freaking thing work. It was driving me batshit crazy. So I learned when we were down in Miami, one of the guys came out on stage with this little thing. It's this thing. It's in your pocket. It's the DJI Pocket thing. The whole system was $800 and some odd. It comes with the wireless mic and all. This thing is phenomenal. It has extra battery packs. It has stands on it. And trust me, it works and it balances itself. If you're doing something, you can actually get it to follow you. Let it sit there and you can move. We use it now all the time. So I don't want to hear you can't do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And I know I said that before. You guys already talked about Opus clips and all that stuff. Fantastic. It is. When we do the radio show, we'll have this watching me around and I bring it back and I download it. And Fona will literally get 8 to 11 clips. And here's the deal. Opus ranks them. If they're above a 90, they say they're really good on getting attention. If they're above an 85, we're posting them. The other ones we're just putting over there if we run out of content one day, and we'll just go down the list of throwing things. But it helps categorize the ranking in which people will watch also. So it kind of takes the mindset out of it. Cameron is the one that's got me really intrigued. Our stuff is going through the roof on looking at it because Cameron's right. He's 100% right. And everybody, just put something out. It's got to be entertaining. As I'm walking around now, I did a post yesterday just walking into the radio show, and I just said, hey, it's Wednesday morning, same time, 10:30. Hopefully you're going to check me out. But if you're interested in finding out about 300 foreclosures that I just came across, and also how to possibly buy an assumable loan property, you got to reach out to me. 5 people last night. That was on my story, and 5 people reached out to me last night. Just by doing that simple 20-second post on my story. It wasn't anything. It was real, it was informational, and it hooked them. So to say you can't do it, it's not you can't do it. Just push the button. Run the ball, Bert, from the movie Blindside. You just got to do it. Come on. Like I said, Pete, I got to throw one thing here. I'm going old school on you here. I've got 2 girls that are in my organization pushing hard, pushing real hard on their YouTube and all that stuff. And they started to categorize what they were doing and where their return was. They went back and found out a lot of their business comes from their past clients and the leads they had. So I challenged them to go back and call their leads. They called their leads for the past year and a half. That's 200 leads. The one girl lost 21 sales. The other one lost 8. So one lost 2.4 million in sales. The other one lost 8.6 million. She missed Icon by 2 sales this year. First year at EXP. She's kicking herself like no tomorrow. The golds in the fortunes in the follow-up. We talked about that. You can bring it in all you want, but you got to do the daily productive activities. Make the calls, put them in your CMA, make the calls, and it might be boring. Share them with somebody else. If you're too busy, get an underling that is new into your organization or new to your team or an agent you want to help with and partner with them. Let them make the calls. They're not doing anything else other than looking at a screen scared. All right. So I had to throw that out. These are people that have been in the business 4 or 5 years. And I said, go back to your basics. And they did. And they're throwing up $225,000 and $80,000. that they would have had more in their pocket this year if they did what they had to do. So, but
yeah, go
hey,
back to the
don't be afraid.
basics, you guys. I love that. You know, make it 8:30 to 10:30 every morning. Contact at least 5 of your past clients, a sphere of influence. Start on your phone in the letter A and work through the alphabet. Just have conversations about life and what's going on with them, and try to get together, get a cup of coffee, or to grab lunch, or to grab breakfast, or happy hour, or dinner, and get belly to belly. And when you do that, you reconnect with people in their lives, and they share everything that's going on in their lives. And you could be a solution for their problems, and it'll definitely create more business. Whether not with them, it'll create it with their kind of group and their tight knit group who they're around all the time. They'll become your biggest advocate, but you have to go back to the basics. You can do all the videos, all the modern marketing in the world and stay in front of people. But if you're not having real conversations, then you're really going to miss out. So that was great, Lurchy. Thanks for that. Let's go over to Randy Z. He's the Investor Agent Nation. Randy, what are you using from modern marketing to stay in front of, especially with you? I mean, you have to stay in front of investors that are hungry, looking for flip opportunities or rehab opportunities all over the place. So how do you stay in front of those people?
Yeah, I'll give you something that I don't think I years,
cut out.
and I really nurture them and I help them, right?
Randy,
I do
we can't hear
mastermind.
you. There you go. Now we can hear you. You cut out for like, start over, because we couldn't hear you for the first 30 seconds.
Oh, got it. Now good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Better.
So, okay, got it. So I'm going to talk about something that I don't think I've talked about here before, which is kind of cool. So one of the biggest things for me, as you guys know, is my community is investors mainly. I get a lot of business through that and referrals. So I really go deep and I nurture that base of people that I have in Southern California. I do masterminds on a monthly basis. But one of the things that I work into the flow, if I know of someone in my sphere that's an investor that's actually working on a flip, I always recommend and encourage them. Not everybody wants to do it because the fear of speaking, but once they chat with me, they realize it's not that difficult. Is I do basically a property walkthrough event, right? And I encourage them to do it at their rehab, right? So literally March 1st, if you're in San Diego, not in San Diego, Orange County, because my network is literally from like Ventura County, LA, San Bernardino, down to San Diego. This one is an investor that I know, and I pushed her a bit to finally do a event at her rehab. She's turning a single family house into a 3-family. Who wouldn't want to learn that, right? If you're in a market to become an investor one day, and many people are, believe it or not, many people want to become investors, including your fellow realtor friends, right? Not just family and friends, but actual realtor friends. I encourage her to do a 2-hour event. It's just a property walkthrough. And I tell her, you talk about the 4 departments: acquisition, how did you find the property? Financing, how did you fund the property? Rehab, what are you doing to the property? Sales, what's your exit strategy, right? That's all she has to cover. So it's so easy because you're in it. If you're that investor, to talk about this and fill about a 2-hour event on a Saturday. I always encourage them to do it on a Saturday from 10 to 12 p.m. so people can, come there and still have their afternoon to themselves. And it takes nothing. It's just the time. You bring a bunch of water for them and you just talk. I'm telling you guys, we used to do this. And I don't know, Pete, if maybe you remember, maybe not. I don't know. Some of you might have seen it years ago, CT Homes, when we wanted to be known in the realtor community as the best investors, we would do these literally once a quarter, guys, at our properties. We would do it where when we first acquired the property, so it's like the before stage. So we would talk about the vision, right? And then we would talk about it in the middle of the rehab. So now the same people and more would come because they want to see the transformation. And then we would invite them when it's fully done and staged, right? And each time new people would come, plus the repeat ones that have been to all three. It's really neat because it brings more opportunities for more flips, more joint ventures, more listings for me now, because that's my focus. But for the investor, it highlights and spotlights them as like the expert, the authority, and they can raise, I always tell them, you're going to raise money through this, you're going to get joint ventures through this. So it really helps them expand their business and excel, right? And I'll show you guys a link right now. This is the Eventbrite that I had her create. This is not, she created it with my kind of guidance, and she just launched it. I helped her market it, right? I said, hey, I'm going to market it for you, right? If you commit to it, I'll market it to my community. She filled 20 spots in one day, and now she upped the room count to 40, right? So this is just another way how I give back and I help them get out of their comfort zone, knowing that this will come back to me at the same time as I help them, right? Be in a spotlight. So it's a very unique way, you know, I wouldn't say it's new to me, but it's probably new idea to many of you. So if you're an agent working with investors, right, this is something I would absolutely ask for their permission and say like, hey, would you be interested in doing a property walkthrough at your property that you just bought? Like, I would love to help you, you know, get the word out about what you're doing. And then you have to obviously lead like what's in it for them. Well, they could probably raise money through it. They could be seen as an expert investor, so they'll probably get more deals from it. It's no different than getting out and networking. Now they're coming to him, right? Or her, whoever the investor is. So that's how I leverage the investors to get also my name out, but I push them to be the highlight. And if I'm the one listing the property, I am naturally going to be talked about in that event, right? So anyway, I'll stop there. You guys can check it out. And if any of you are interested, just learning more about like how to work with investors better, I'll put my link in my YouTube channel that I put a lot of videos up with my business partner, Eric Gross, who Cameron knows very well. You can check it out there, but
Hey,
that's all I
Randy,
got.
Randy, I'm looking at that thing. She doesn't charge for it, does she? Because it says
No,
price, no?
free.
I was going to
It's
say,
free.
okay. Because
Oh,
there
yeah.
was something about sales end soon, whatever it might be, but okay. That is
Yep.
awesome. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. All right, let's go over to Mitchie. Mitchie, what have you been doing or have done in the past for modern marketing or advertising to bring you business?
Well, like I said in the chat, that the OnlyFans has worked out really well for me lately. Um, yeah, so a couple of things. First of all, seminar, and I'm going to go into the local. I want to talk about local because I think that's easier for a lot of people. One is seminars. Like I love doing seminars. I've done many. You don't even have to speak at the seminar. You can find someone to do it for you. I've done when I first got in the business. I did. I don't know. Every 6 months, I would do at least one. I'd always get 20 or 30 people in the room, and I always sell 3 properties every time I did it. And it wasn't that difficult. It was, you know, I went out to the local title company, local inspector company, mortgage company. They sponsored it. Never cost me a penny out of my pocket. And then what I would do, I loved it back then. I loved first time home buyers because they were more fun. So I would go to apartment buildings and market to apartment buildings. So I'd literally go in and just stick stuff in their mailboxes, things like that, and it worked great. So we always, you know, I did them every 6 months now. What I will recommend that you don't do is don't partner with another realtor on that, because what ends up happening when you do that, you end up doing all the work and giving half your commission away. From experience, did that, won't do that ever again. Another thing, and I know I've talked about this on here before, but I think it's really good, is create your own vendor list, your own business networking group with vendors. They're the best source of business. They all know stuff going on, and putting that together. I was attended a BNI group the other day, which is a business networking group, and it was interesting. There was about 30 people in there, and I was just a guest with my property management company, so not as a realtor. And the realtor was there, and I talked to them, and they got 6 deals last year from their networking group. Good. 6. So I gave 6 from seminars, 6 from there. There's 12 deals this year. The only thing I will say about social media, don't be obnoxious. You know, I see more people. I talk to my friends about social media. And they were really funny about it. They're like, yeah, I've blocked almost every realtor I know. And the reason why, because it's always, look at me, I sold 45 homes this year, wrote 17 listings. And you know what? Nobody cares. You know who doesn't do that? Everybody else. Everybody else in the world does not go on social media and say, look at how good I am. And yes, Bobby, I actually, I'm going to touch on that, Bobby, because it's really important. We have a local agent who used to be with me. She's not anymore. And her broker reached out to me and said, what do I do? And I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, it's irrelevant. There's a lot of morons out there on both sides. She is on there 5, 6 posts a day, anti everybody. And she is like, F this and F that. She's just killed her entire business. Nobody's going to use her. So don't be obnoxious. Don't say I sold this, I sold that, because nobody cares. Doesn't mean you can't say, hey, I got a new listing or something like that. Doesn't mean you can't say I sold something. I checked someone the other day recently that I see them posting online all the time how they got this contract and that contract. So I went back the last 12 months of business. If you listened on social media, they did like 8 billion deals. They sold 4 homes. So I mean, they're just full of crap. And I'll tell you what I've had. Now I do it for coaching, so I don't do it for selling houses, but I have friends of mine that do it for selling houses. TikTok is amazing. I love using TikTok. I get a lot of coaching business from it. I've had people join me from EXP from it. TikTok is amazing, but you go in there and you educate. I think Pete, I think you said that earlier. Educate. The more you educate people, the more sales you get. I don't ever try to sell anybody anything. In fact, my slogan for years on multiple companies was I don't sell you, I help you. And I truly have lived that my entire life, all 212 years of them. And I've taught people how to win whatever you can win, whether it's win it buying a house or selling a house, whether it's win it being a realtor, whether it's win it being a business person. I do a lot of small business consulting too, which I love. Um, but really go in with the mindset of helping people and educating people. This is not a difficult business. And I'm going to leave you with one more thing. Stop preparing to prepare. I can't tell you how many realtors I talk to every single day. Like, well, I'm preparing to do this and I'm going to do this. I just need to know a little bit more. Just go out and do it. It doesn't matter. You're going to screw up. It's awesome. You know what screw ups are? They're the stepping stones to doing it right. You're going to screw up. Even if you prepare and you actually finally do it, you're still going to suck at it. All right. I know you got a few more minutes, so I want you to speak, Pete. So go ahead, Pete. Take it back.
No, that's great. And I think Mitch touched on a really important point there, you guys. Be authentic. You know, put yourself in the shoes of the people you're trying to attract and what will motivate them to connect with you, right? They're not going to always connect with you or reach out to you, but they're going to watch your content. So if your content is relevant or it's solving a problem or it's talking about current topics in real estate, I think that's way more authentic than saying, look at me, I did this, I did that. I agree with Bobby that you should never have any type of politics on there. I think that is a career killer, I call it. You know, you never know who you're marketing to. One half hates you, the other half loves you. One half loves you, the other half hates you. So never get into politics, never take that stand. I've never had political signs in front of my office. I've never had political signs in front of my house. I've never had anything as part of my profile that was political. You know, I've never blacked out websites or done things. I think that's a slippery slope, especially this day and age. And you're definitely going to alienate someone. So when you're doing content, be aware of who you're speaking to and who you want to connect with. But you have to be authentic and you have to put yourself out there, and it's got to be compelling. You know, it's got to be compelling. It's good. I really feel it has to be educational, and it can't be about you. It has to be how you can help other people or educate people or have opportunities for other people or lift people up. I think that's really important. If you make it all about you, you'll be the only one watching it. So it depends on what type of audience you want to attract. I think there's been some great points here, you guys. Modern marketing is about repetition. It's about consistency. It's about interesting content. It's about authenticity, and anybody can do it. And if you're nervous to start, just pull out your phone and start doing it. You can talk on any topic, you know, and I think that's really important. And then go back and watch them and see how many times you you do or you pause or you misuse words and say, you know, this house or this opportunity's got this, got that, instead of has this or has this opportunity. You know, really look at how you're verbalizing things, how you are expressing yourself with your hands. There's a lot of different parts to it when it comes to body language, the cadence of how you speak, how you fluctuate your voice, and how authentic you are, and how you pause when you're speaking to people so that they can catch up and decipher what you're saying. I think that's really, really important, and you got to get it out there. And you don't have to be everything to everyone. So keep that in mind. Don't get overwhelmed. Start today and start posting, and make sure that if you're talking about any type of real estate activity, topic, anything, you have to put in your DRE number at the bottom. That is a must on any type of thing that has to involve any type of part of real estate. If it's a personal thing, you don't, but in real estate, you do, and you'll get flagged by your brokerage if you don't do that. So that's really important. I think it was a great topic today. I think it gave a lot of people a lot of insight on what people are doing for modern marketing on social media and other forms of marketing. But at the end of the day, you still have to connect with your people and stay close to them. Things can change in a second. I just got a text while we're on here, a woman that I've been showing pretty high-end houses to. She told me she walked into an open house on Sunday and bought the house. So it happens to the best of us. You live and learn. Make sure you are doing that initial strategy session with your buyers, especially right now, because they're all nervous that they're going to miss out on opportunities. And make yourself the clear choice by getting them signed to an agreement. Okay. Just wanted to share that. I fail forward. I mean, people always say, how many times have you failed? I say, how much time do you have on your hands? I can tell you so many stories. So fail forward. Don't be afraid to try, and just keep pushing forward and making it happen. Everybody have a great weekend. Rates are coming down. The spring market's almost here. It's going to be dynamite. Start getting in contact with your past clients, your sphere of influence, your connectors, and have real life conversations about them, not about you, about them, and help them. Okay. See you guys here next week. Spread the word, and have a productive weekend.
See you, everybody. Have a good
Au
one.
revoir, à bientôt. Bonne journée.
Have a good one.
It sounds so much better when Catherine says
Right?
it. She's going to have to do the sign off.
We need to learn that for next week. I want all of us to learn that for next week.
That's it.
Au revoir.
Au
Bye, you
revoir,
guys.
à
Au revoir.
bientôt. Mwah.
Bye, guys.